Willkommen, this is Julia.
And this is Shane. And this is Think Plant-Based. Think Plant-Based. Make sure to check out recipes, health tips, travel tips at www.thinkplantbased.com.
And we're officially on iTunes, so please rate and write us a review on iTunes.
Write us a review. Give us 2 stars, 3 stars, maybe 5 stars. Let us know.
Oh, for sure, 5.
Yeah, I mean, who would give us 2 stars anyways, right? But yeah, make sure to do that because that's how we get found.
We are also on YouTube. Check us out and find us on Think Plant-Based.
Okay, we're back again.
Yeah, with Think Plant-Based. And we've been
celebrating
doing our podcast for
5-year anniversary.
Yeah, thanks guys for all the support, all the listeners.
Yeah, and today we got a special guest to celebrate, Dr. Amanda Adkins. How's it going today? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. How are you guys doing? Thank you for having me today.
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, our pleasure. So yeah, tell the listeners a bit more about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, again, my name is Dr. Amanda Adkins. I'm a board-certified internal medicine physician, and I also am the owner of Enlightenment Health and Wealth. I help women who are overweight prevent and reverse chronic diseases. And I can tell you about my journey here. Started back when I was a teenager. Actually, I was 16 years old when I became a vegetarian, and I actually started because I was overweight. I actually weighed 199 pounds as a teenager, and I was like, there's no way I want to let 2 be the first number of my weight. And so I started to make some changes. The first thing I started to do was exercising, and then I changed to becoming a vegetarian, with just first eating, a can of peas and corn. And my mom was like, what in the world are you doing here? And yeah, as I got older, I just continued on because I just wanted to be the healthiest version of myself could be. And as I was older and actually finished residency, because we didn't learn much about nutrition in medical school residency, I had a lot of patients asking, what else could they do besides medication to not have high blood pressure and diabetes and things like that? And so nutrition, and just fell in love with plant-based eating because I found that can actually not only help people prevent being on medications, but actually reverse some of their illnesses too. So learn all about this.
Wow, that's amazing. And as a teenager, did you read anything about vegetarianism, or how did it come up?
Yeah.
I did not. I read nothing. I just said, oh, let me try this. My cousin was the only one in the family that was a vegetarian. Everybody else was pure meat eaters. And still most of them to this day are still pure meat. Because my dad actually was a meat delivery truck driver growing up. So, we always had bacon and sausage and ham in the house. But I was like, I'm not eating that anymore. So they were all like, what are you going to do? So I started out as a junk food vegetarian, just eating food with no meat on there. So I would just remove the meat from anything that my mom may have cooked. My favorite thing to go out and eat was a Big Mac with no meat. So.
And you grew up in the South,
That was
right?
my initial. I grew up in Indiana, but I lived in Tennessee for a while. But the roots are from the South. My dad's family was from the South, so.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you moved all the way to the Bay Area, right? I guess that's a bit easier to eat, healthier probably.
Yeah, I feel like they're a little more health conscious.
It is. I was like, if I had this, if I had this type of environment in the 90s, I probably would have gotten to this part of my life quicker. But it's not very plant-based conscious. At least in the 90s, they're probably getting better now. But the Bay Area, definitely vegan and plant-based friendly.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the Bay Area is lucky to have you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Can you give our listeners any advice about how to lose weight? Because it's very common, right? Like people try so many diets, but they're not working, or they work for a short period of time, but it's after half a year, they gained all their weight again. And it's frustrating.
Can be hard.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It is definitely frustrating. I hear that a lot. And like you heard in my story, that was my first idea of like, would I actually change what I'm doing as far as my lifestyle? So usually I tell people, if you are just looking to lose weight, I mean, almost any diet out there that will do, we think it's calories in, calories out. They can just burn off the calories and lose weight. But if you're looking to be healthy, lose off, then actually eating more plant-based or plant-predominant diet is actually key. So the first thing you want to do is look at what you're eating and see where you can add in more fruits and vegetables to your diet. Because fiber, which most of us are lacking, especially in the U.S., really help you lose weight because you feel full quicker. You will end up eating less overall, and you would lose weight and keep it off. Usually that's the easiest thing. So then therefore you don't have to count calories, which is very cumbersome, or count points, carbs, all those different things that involve counting something, when you can just actually look at your plate and say, oh, my plate is mostly full of fruits and vegetables, so I'm probably doing a very good job. If they're pure, not adding in a lot of extra oils and creams and all that kind of stuff. You're probably losing weight and keeping it off without much of extra effort.
Right. Or you take some fiber supplements. Yeah. If you don't have time for fruits and vegetables.
Those marketed fiber supplements.
Take fiber supplements. No. You're missing all the nutrients, the rest of the nutrients in there. We focus on fiber. I'm glad you said that. We focus on fiber, but it's the combination of everything that's in that whole food. We've come a long way with medical technology and food, but we still have to remember that the food that naturally comes from the earth is very, very complex, and we can't necessarily actually how every single nutrient may work together in our body. So keeping all those fruits and vegetables whole, we actually are getting more than what we actually think. So I know if you go to the drugstore or vitamin store, I mean, they'll take out each and every vitamin and just say, here, just take this. But it's more of how everything works together than one individual thing
true.
Yeah,
itself.
totally.
And if you're an active person and you want to lose weight, can you eat more nuts? Is that okay?
You can eat more nuts if you're active. Yeah. I know sometimes people ask about, you mentioned this before earlier about weight loss and then weight gain, which I said I don't deal a lot with people gaining weight. And then you would want to eat foods that are more nutrient dense. So you would eat more of, your nuts or nut butters, whole grains that have more things in there. And also, if you're trying to gain weight, you probably want to build more muscle mass than necessarily fat, right? So actually lifting more weights will you actually gain weight also. And you probably would take in probably more than double of the calories that someone that's trying to lose weight. So again, you would just take in more complex carbohydrates, whole grains, and like the nuts and the more essential fats and things like that in there.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, since on a plant-based diet, people don't usually eat fish to get omega-3s.
You don't at all.
Oh, yeah, at all. Where can we get them? If we, is it good to go a supplement? Yes. Should we get them through nuts, flax? Like, where's the best, you think, source to get your omega-3s from?
So that's what I would say. Nuts and seed, and ground flax seed is usually what I stress, because ground flax seed helps with a lot of things. Also, I definitely tell my people that have high blood pressure to try to get in a teaspoon of flax seed every day. You get that omega-3 in there, walnuts, like you mentioned before. You don't necessarily have to have any type of animal-based product to get in all your nutrients that you need. So some people also ask about vitamin B12. I know we didn't mention that before.
That's very important.
And supplements that vegans do have to take. Yes. And then people always ask, well, if, a whole food plant-based diet is inclusive in itself, why would we have to take, something extra, supplementers? Well, actually B12 is in microorganisms that's actually in the soil. And most people think they actually come from a meat product, which they actually don't. It's just that, you have those grass-fed beef that people are eating that they think is healthy because it's grass-fed, but the cow got it from the microorganisms from the grass that's in the soil, and therefore you get the B12 from there. But with the way the soil is today, most people that do purely plant-based are lacking in vitamin B12, which we definitely need to supplement. Like that will be the only one that I usually tell people that are purely plant-based to make sure that you actually take a B12 supplement, and a quality B12 supplement that you actually know you're getting B12, because that's important for the nervous system development. You can definitely do your body a lot of harm if you don't have B12.
Right.
Yeah, you got to make sure to get all of the things you need, right?
Exactly.
The B12 is definitely important when you switch to a plant-based diet.
Yeah, it's also like the soil is so depleted, and I wonder sometimes, do we get enough nutrients still from the food, or do we need to supplement in general? I know you said just the B12 is the most important, but in general, are we still getting enough nutrients from the food?
So you would think nutrients from the food, you still have to be very careful. I think there's still a lot of studies out there going on to actually test the soil and see how great it is. It's probably not as good as it was like in the 1950s, but it's probably going to be better than it is going to be in like 2050. But we definitely have to take care of the earth and the soil now, so our food will still get good quality. But we are heading to that point to where it may not be the best, and we definitely need to be very conscious of our environment to actually help out with that.
Smart. Yeah, well, speaking about being on health and having a balance, besides diet, can we talk a bit about sleep for health and longevity, and how important it is for everyone to get a good night's rest?
Yes. Sleep is so important that most people forget about that. They think if they can just keep pushing and pushing through, and they'll just drink coffee or exercise to try to stay up instead of actually getting the rest that we need. Our body actually goes through a repair and repairs damaged DNA while we're sleeping, and kind of our body can go through our natural detoxing while our body needs that rest and recovery time. And it's usually recommended that adults get anywhere between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And it's not just the quality of sleep that you get also. So you definitely want to make sure that you're getting a good rest. So I tell people, make sure you avoid drinking like alcohol in the evening, because some people try to do that and make them fall asleep, or extra. Like a lot of people use Tylenol PM. Like, I don't know why people do that, Benadryl or something like that, but that definitely interferes with the quality of sleep that you get. So you definitely don't want to do that. And you want to make sure that you are on a regular sleep-wake cycle, even through the weekend. Right. So your body naturally has its own cycle and rhythm. So if you go to sleep at 10 and you get up at 5, you want to do that, every single day of the week. And after a while, your body will naturally know when to go to sleep and when to wake up. And you won't have to do anything extra to make yourself fall asleep at night and then or 2 in the morning to get up. Like, your body will just naturally know how to do that. Again, our bodies are miraculous things. If we just take care of them, it will treat us well also.
That's true. Is it better to wake up earlier, or can you just sleep in like till 9 or 10? Because some people tell me like, oh, I'm not an early person, like I got to sleep till 10 and then get my day going.
Yeah.
That's somebody that you think that goes to bed at midnight?
I guess, or like even at 11
or later.
Yeah, they just sleep long. It doesn't matter if they go to bed like at 10 or 11. They just like to sleep long. They need more rest sometimes.
So So I guess that would be individualized. I would say more than 9 hours. I don't think that we've scientific studies that say you need more than 9 hours of sleep as an adult. Of course, if you're an infant, that is different. Yeah. But some people, they think that because they're not getting that quality of sleep, so they feel like they need to sleep longer. And if they actually change a few things in their actual environment, whether it's the TV on, looking at their phone, or eating too late at night, or drinking alcohol, or taking extra supplements, all those things you would want to look at what you're doing that is making you feel like you need more sleep. And I tell people I'm a sleeper, so I get it. I know that you would love sleep, but we definitely have to look at what may be interfering with your sleep. A funny story I have, my parents said I would sleep through the night starting at 2 weeks old. And they always were checking on me like, there's something must be wrong with her. Like, what's going on? And they're like, no, she sleep. Because I was the third one for them. They're like, oh, she sleep. We're going to sleep too. So we're not even worried about her. Wow. So that is something. So whenever someone tells me about their sleep issues, I was like, I know I love sleep too, but we got to look at maybe there's something else going on. So
nice. Are you an early riser then?
I am. I usually get up between 4:30 and 5:30.
Oh, wow.
And like I said, this is usually like sleep like this. This is a new thing that I've been actually looking at when I started more into lifestyle medicine. So I've been, going the plant-based journey for a while, but I was trying to see what am I doing? Because sometimes I would wake up too and not feel refreshed. But now most of the time I wake up before my alarm and I'm like, dang, the alarm didn't even go off yet. I'm already awake. And I just have that natural sleep wake. Even on the weekends, I'm like, I want to sleep till 6, like you were saying. I just want to sleep in longer. But it's just like your body's like, no, this is our cycle. It's time to get up and start moving and do stuff. But, come 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening, my husband's like, well, I guess you're going to bed. Yes, I am. This is my time.
Do you have to start early to work, or is it just a choice you decide to do to wake up that early?
So I decided to wake up that early because I like to exercise in the morning. Too. And if I want to be able to exercise in the morning, I have to get up. I started to get up that early to exercise before going into work. Because that definitely helps me get through the day better. And just mentally, it helps me more just to get up and exercise early in the morning.
Yeah, I'm an early morning riser as well.
Yeah, me too.
It's hard for me to sleep in past 6:30. Like even this morning, I'm like, I guess I'm up at 6:30.
Yeah, that's what it'll do. That's what it'll do. Like,
totally.
Yeah, so it was great talking to you. Do you have any future plans you have coming up, and where can the listeners find you if they want to learn more about you?
So future plans, I guess I started thinking about this. What am I going to do? Maybe some virtual summits for people that want to learn more information, especially for women in healthcare related to their health and wellness. So people can look for that in the spring. Nice. And I have a website. It is www.dramandamd.com. So further information will come there. And I also have a YouTube channel, and you can find me under Dr. Amanda Adkins. And it's spelled Adkins. And you can, I usually answer questions that people may have asked in short little videos so you can get more information.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I hope to see at some of the Veg Fest around the States. That'd be nice. I can totally see
keynote speaker.
That would be nice. Yes.
We need more vegan doctors.
For sure.
Presenting the movement.
It'd be nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And just to let everyone know, this is all volunteer-based, and you can go on our website and buy us a coffee if you like, show us some support, and give us some comments too. We'd like to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah. Anyways, it was great talking to you, Dr. Amanda Adkins.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks so much for your time. Take care.
Have a wonderful day.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
our pleasure.
bye.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.